Welcome to yet another of my videos on how to use recording applications. In this case we are going to look at Bandicam, not to be mistaken with Hypercam, which is Bandicam is much more superior to Hypercam in every possible way. Well, we have this application and unfortunately I have it in Czech and I was not able to change the language to English, so you have to bear with me for this one. Bandicam is, for me, I'm using it now as a backup strat for recording old games, because it can hook up to DirectX 1 to DirectX 8 games, whereas Mirrorless Action doesn't. If you want to watch this video, you really should watch the basics video I made and the Mirrorless Action one, which is my main recording application. This one is basically more of a backup and for the game. Also, this application works under Windows XP, but only an older version that's different visually. So not everything will be in the same place, and it doesn't have all the features this one has, but it's very much usable. And I'm still using it to record all games. There are going to be some specialities. Right now we have the screen, we have these three main buttons. If we want to record a part of the screen, in this case a rectangle, we can choose a part of the screen, a rectangle, an entire screen. This is monitor 1. We can also select the around the mouse. I don't know how that works, I never use that one. Then we have the game recording, which will hook up to the visual output from a game. Again, what I have mentioned in the Mirrorless Action, I don't like using this unless I absolutely have to, because if a game crashes or freezes or something, it can fuck up the recording itself. Thankfully, Bandicam in its folder has the Bandifix application, which can be used to fix the files if they're made in AVI. If they're made in MP4, it looks like it now supports that too, but I'm not sure. I have used that multiple times. Unfortunately, I had crashes. I have situations when I suddenly didn't have electricity anymore. And then I've lost minutes worth of footage. So I like to use this one, but this one can be better, and it can produce better frame rate, etc. And then we have device recording. If you have a recording card or something like that, you can use this to record from it into a video. Got some other stuff right here, like adding a web camera, adding speakers, adding a microphone, which you can see it's detecting my microphone. It's very silent. Mouse clicking effects, and writing basically text on the screen. We can record, we can pause, we can make a screenshot. This is very much the same. We have just a help motion. This seems to be a list of recorded video files on my drive, and images. I don't really care about that much. What's more important are the rest of these tabs. These we are going to go in more in depth. This is the target folder, which in my case is my cheap SSD, because I know it's going to die like this. It's just used to render videos to and to record videos into. If you are going to record in higher frame rates, in higher resolutions, in higher bit rates, it's quite useful to have an SSD. We can we can always have the screen in the foreground. We can launch the Bandicam minimalize in the system tray. We can launch Bandicam when the window starts. We can plan recordings. I've never used that one, but I presume you can set up stuff for it. You can plan a recording. You can automatically stop a recording if you want to. And here's the video tab. That's the most important tab for us. This is the shortcut for starting or stopping a recording, which is home button for me. We can also pause the recording. We can show the mouse cursor. We can show some effects while clicking a mouse. And we can add a web camera input to the resulting video while it's recording. I never use that, but I presume you can play with it here. By the way, this is the settings for recording, and this is the settings for the container and such. This is the main setting. That's a bit confusing. There are both settings, but settings for different things. It should probably be put into one thing. I don't know. And unfortunately, as I've noticed now, my PC audio part of this died in some weird way. I need to set this up again. Speakers. Yeah, I need it like this, I presume. I'm just glad I have this one here, because I have recorded the previous video and I wish I really had this. Speakers, yeah. Yeah, it's now set properly. This checkbox is for recording audio. This checkbox is for recording it into a WAV file instead of being recorded into the video file itself. Here we can set up that we want the headphones. Oh no, I had it properly set up beforehand. So this is the primary audio device, which gets mixed in. So basically, I have the primary sound device set as the microphone without the PC audio, and the secondary audio device I have set up as the stereo mix, high definition audio, which means, and I have this checkbox unchecked, which means which is mixing primary and secondary audios into one track, so it's into two different streams in a file, which is what and the first stream is the microphones, and the second stream are is the PC audio and the game audio and such. This is the volumes, push to talk. I don't even know what I have said previously. And the settings here just open Windows settings for it, so we can also filter by connect tomorrow, and we can reduce the noise. I don't even know I had this here. This must be somewhat of a new thing. I have upgraded a few times, but yeah, looks like I never already checked this one. This could come in handy if it works the same way as the one in the mirror section one. Well, never mind. You can noise reduction right here. This application can be used to record videos. It cannot be used to stream. Just so you know, so you cannot use it to stream on Windows XP, which is what I'm using Bandicam for, usually recording videos in Windows XP. However, I have made an entire long video on how to stream from non-virtualized Windows XP 32-bit. Check that one. And I presume this does the same thing. Yeah, it does. Nice. And this is the settings for push to talk what button to push at this. We have the webcam settings. You can just set up your webcam where it should be, etc. You have the mouse. Showing the mouse cursor, disabling it can be useful sometimes. Sometimes it can glitch out while recording, so you don't want to show the mouse on the recording in every game. Some games you don't want like this. So it is for making a sound while clicking left or right mouse button. This one can be used to put a logo on the screen. I'm not using that either. It can be used to add text to the video. I don't really use that. If I want to add text to a video, I'm going to use the editing software to do it, not the recording one. Simple as that. Here is the priority. Looks like I've set it to normal. Sometimes it's good to have it on bigger, the priority. It's also good to set up the priorities in the task manager, where you can it's quite cleaner if you set up your right here. You can set affinities, which is great if you, depending on how many threads you have per your CPU. And as you can see, for this application I don't have the first CPU check because that's one basically for, I'm using that one for system only things. And then it's, if you have like 8 of these like I do, then it is good to set the recording ones and the game ones on different ones. So if I would set up like these 3 I could set up on the game itself, and the rest of them I could set up on a recording or more, depending on what I need and what the game needs and what the process of recording it needs or streaming it needs. And also you can set up priorities, and action, which is my recording application that I'm currently recording with, is set to high, and it currently uses 4% of my CPU to record this entire screen. So that's one thing. And then I have Bandicam. If I were to, there we go. Uses once with, and it has above normal, even though the settings it says normal. So I would, in this case, I would not use these settings for priority to normal, high, or highest. I would set it up through task manager, and it's good to run the game on usually the higher one. You could run them both on the same one if you isolate their CPU affinities. This one is to play a sound when a recording is started or ending. This there are some other settings you can use. This one is the important one that I want to talk about a bit. You can skip recording if a frame is not updated, which in a result means that if you are just on a static screen in some games, that especially in all games that can be a thing, recording is skipped. So you skip that portion of what you would record otherwise, which can be a problem for some old games. But it's even worse of a problem if you're going to edit it in a video editing software, because if you're going to edit multiple videos together from different people in multiplayer, then this is a big problem if somebody has this one checked, because it's going his video. If you synchronize the videos in the beginning, they're going to get steadily more desynchronized as the time goes on, because one of the guys just keeps skipping frames that should be here and skipping time with the frames, which is the problem. If you uncheck this, the time is going to be the same no matter what. So even if the game lags or something, that should not affect the how long you have recorded the video for. And if two people record a 10-minute video that has 10 minutes and 32 seconds and 50 milliseconds or something like that, they're both going to end up the same time. It's going to be the same length and it's going to have the same part. So as long as you synchronize the beginning, the end should be synchronized as well, unless something else fucked up. Well, that was the most important thing I wanted to talk about in this screen, in this settings window. Then we have this. This is just a text box that informing us of our current settings. If I click settings here, those are templates. Templates, I'm not using them. Why? It's the same as in mirrorless action. We can record either in audio video interleaved or MP4s. In this case, I'm using MP4s because I need to record using events in the case I'm recording a game that has a lot of bitrate or it has a resolution above 1000 in height. Usually when I'm recording under Windows XP, I'm using AVI. I'm using the full resolution, 60 FPS with variable FPS, so it goes down if the game, for example, is down to. And I'm using MPEG 1 for recording when the resolution of a game is under 1000 pixels in height. That's one I have been using. Unfortunately, this codec is quite outdated, and if it goes above, it produces quite choppy videos. It's hard to get a fluid video with it. But one of its main advantages is you can record in VBR and you can set quality. This is in percent. So if I set up 100%, it means the resulting video will look 100% the same as the screen I was looking at while recording it, which is very, very nice. It's when that's something that bothered me before with things like, well, Hypercam, for example, which some people would the name can be quite confusing. Bandicam, Hypercam. Hypercam basically what I back then couldn't do that when I changed my recording software to Bandicam. Over 10 years ago, like 15 years ago. I don't know, it's been quite a time. So this is what I have been recording old games in. It's very nice. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good recording thing to do with bigger games that require big bit rates, like for example Might and Magic: The World of Enroth. I had problems with that one for some reason. After the frame rate, I have probably talked about this. Oh yeah, I can record up to 480. Oh, that's nice. But this is a big but. If you record, if you try recording at bigger frame rate than 60, it's going to tell you, I think, that you cannot record that in MPEG 1 because it's quite outdated. But if you try to record at 60, it's going to actually record at 94. But it's going to act as if it's 60. That's bad. Basically, it's going to record at this one, but it's going to look like it's recording at this one. That's quite confusing, because the MPEG 1 definition, the codec can only handle from 1 frame per second to 6, well, from 0 to 60 and not included. So non-zero and non-60. This is a bit of an important thing that I found out, and at that point I I think it was my first Dungeon Siege 1 video which was modded, the modded series, and I was like, why is this video interpolated? I've recorded at 60 FPS, I've edited it at 60 FPS, then I found out, oh, I have recorded at 60 FPS, but it actually is not 60 FPS. Well, I'm fucked. So that was a problem. That was a problem that I found out the hard way. So if you want to record, you should either use 30 or 59. It should be dot, but the decimal symbol is different in Czech Republic and in other parts of the world. In our case, this. In America, it's a dot, I presume. So I would like to set it something like this. And the MP4, you can use a set of codecs for audio: MP2, MP3, and PCM samples. PCM samples are, I presume, the best. We have the hertz. We want to do 48 megahertz. 48, yeah, in stereo usually. And it sets up to X width for some reason. No, I want them to go away. And my previous settings that I had here, I'm going to cancel this. Hopefully, actually, I should cancel. Wait, what the heck just happened? Is it set up properly? No, it's not set up properly. I hit cancel, for fuck's sakes. I didn't hit OK. Well, this is a bit of a point. A letdown for me, so I need to set stuff again. That's not very nice, is it? I've set up to I can either use the CPU, but this is very to record a H in the H.264 codec on the fly via CPU is quite resource consuming, so I would go against it, but it would be better quality of using NVENCE. NVENCE, as I've said in the Mirrorless action videos, does not do that much of a good job, but I managed to do it with this and having some settings which I have just lost because it didn't notice I've clicked on cancel, not OK. That sucks. That sucks a lot. So I'm going to put 60 here, and I'm going to select H.264. I have some problems here. We see it can freeze up my entire computer if I use it for like 14 minutes. It happened twice. I was like, fuck this, I'm using this one instead. Profile. Oh yeah, it looks like it keep my settings. It does. The codec has a main profile, a high profile, probably depending on the quality, I presume. In this case, I select high. Oh, I can actually use this button and read about it on the internet, yay! And profile, I check it out. Here we see, before, quality better, best codec for most users. It's not as not as good at compression, but it's good. No, push, wait, no, yep. Oh, we haven't even the lossless much smaller. I want to start using this one instead, if it works, at least. But it uses a different... This one is the chroma thing. It's basically uses different colors and stuff. I don't really check that up much. This is a very basic video, if you can tell. If you want to, feel free to Google up everything. I'm just giving you the basics how to start recording, for example, games. Newer games. It's weird that the quality on MPEG-1 is set to just good and this one to be better. Well, this can very easily be set up to 100%, and that's the case. You will always have maximum possible. And here we will prefer quality. Yeah, we can either have a variable bitrate to prefer quality, which is the recommended settings, or constant bitrate to prefer the bitrate set and if the video needs bigger bitrate to visually losslessly store the video, it will just lower the quality, so we don't really want that. Some people do that, I think it sucks. 4cc code. I hope this was my original setting, and I have a GTX Titan. It's not. I can see it here. I presume this was my original settings. I hope. And we can only choose AAC, Advanced Audio Codec, as the codec, with the maximum bitrate. In stereo, I have everything in 48 megahertz. So let's set that up. High, and we can also set the print screen here, and that's about it. I have already set what my audio pipelining is, I presume, so this would be it. You can use this to record really old games on a really old operating system if you want to. And you can record games that cannot be recorded with memory section. You can record it with this one. It's a fallback method recording. That will be all for this one.